All of us. Can you remember? Honestly, it's about 5 years ago.
About 2016, 17, through the Akunas.
Okay, through the Akunas. There you go. We just get Crusher.
Our gate crashers were many. A round of applause is amazing, you know. I'm here. How do you know Kiki? You want to see your face? We want to know who is in the room.
I think because I will have to help me here.
All of us
I don't know how we met you. I really don't know. But we know each other somehow. We met somewhere and we're here now.
Oh, wow.
And that's cool.
Oh, wow.
You're amazing. It's amazing that I know you.
Right, that's amazing, really. How do you know Kiki?
It's through an online women group, Super Working Mom.
Right.
That's how I met her.
Oh, right. I was on Super Working Mom too. It's amazing. It just shows how we can connect with one another. So we've got school, we've got church, we don't even know where. We're just here together.
Yeah, through my wife.
How did your wife? Where's your wife?
That's her.
Yeah,
she,
your wife.
I think she attended a leadership program that she was there, so they met by extension. She brought me here.
You just follow. That's what you do then. How do you know Kiki?
I met Kiki through DDK's London coaching.
Right.
To learn. Yeah.
Right. Amazing. A round of applause. And this beautiful lady that has been smiling to me since I walked in here.
Thank you, ma. Yeah, I think I met her through my friend. She's on her way. She'll be here soon. She invited me to one of her parenting sessions, I think a year or two ago. So that's how I met her. So she's more like a mentor to me and my friend, I would say.
Amazing.
So congratulations, ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It's just good to know who's in the room, and it's good for her herself to see the people she's met in this journey, because we're here because of a journey that she's gone through. And on that note, I just want to read, it is well with me, this bit on her book, where it says, you know, we're here because of the miracle of becoming, and all the books that Kiki is launching today. But I just like this bit of it where it says, she was once a quiet girl who clung to faith like oxygen. That was a profound one. And we can see, because most of the people here have met her through her faith, church. She crossed oceans, shed identities, and started over. Her path wasn't straight. It was full of twists and turns, sadness, heartbreak, and healing. She learned to turn vulnerability into power and use her story, advocacy, and presence to rebuild. This woman is Kiki, and this is the shape of her becoming. A round of applause for that first. Is someone putting on Kiki? I totally agree with you. How did I meet Kiki? I met her through also, she's boys mama, but she also mamas us mamas on our boys. So really Kiki boys mama, and Kiki, I guess a lot of us here, she's made impact in one way or the other. And that's why we're celebrating what she's doing today and what she's launching. And yeah, about time these books came out. There's a book I've also engaged with, the first book she wrote, or the second book, the one of, what's it? Sorry? Not the mantra, the one where you read every day. Family Motion. Family Motion. We've actually, I don't know if I've ever told you that, but we were using that as a family devotion in our house. So we're excited, you know, that today is the day, truly the day that the Lord has made. We rejoice and we are truly glad in it. And just in terms of things, we have the fire exit here, which we will not need today. The toilets, you go out through the entrance, go towards the reception, and the right of the reception, you have the toilets there. So without much ado, again, you're welcome to the people online. Thank you for being here. And we are here today to celebrate Kiki and for the launching of her books. She's got 3 books actually that she will be launching today. We would have one physically here for us all to go home with, but we'll just go on in today's session. So we have a few people here who have the books with them, and they will be giving us a review on those books. We have some people online that will do that, and we also have people in-house to do that. I don't know, I'd like to start with someone online. I don't know if Mr. Ashiru is online to start us off with that. But if someone lets me know if Mr. Ashiru is online, but I think first I would like to invite Dr. Doyi, who I know is here in person. It's amazing to see you. You're welcome. So you're going to start us off while we're getting the people online to give a book review. Please encourage her and support her. It's book review. You look stunning, by the way. Great to see you.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. What a day it has been for me. I feel like I've been on a treadmill all day. Wow. Are you doing book launch or are you doing party? What's so you're wearing? Keep it all in. Yeah, sure. Nice. So, Kiki asked me to give a book review, and I was like, Kiki, you know how busy I am. I can't read this book in this time. But thank you for sending me the book, because I flipped through some of the pages and it grabbed me, and I began to write things about the book. And thank you for writing it. I will try to stay centered on the book and not the things I know about you. That girl born in Sapele. So we can call you Worry Girl, Abby. Abby, you speak pidgin to us today. You won't just speak English. You won't try. When they give birth to you, you don't know how to speak English like that. We are speaking it as pidgin, and that's what we want to hear. But I put my thoughts down because I didn't want to freestyle this one, to stay as close as possible to the book. So thank you so much for the privilege to stand here today and to celebrate a book that is not just a story, but one that sparks transformation. The Miracle of Becoming is not just a memoir. It is a masterclass in the story of growth and a strategy that people can employ and choose to leverage as they grow in their life. And, there's something that people know about me when I give speeches, and that is that I will force myself to give an acronym. So as I looked at this book, I thought, what can I extract from this book that will be true to the ethos of becoming? And I said, this is a book that makes us sharp. So I want to summarize some of the aspects of the book by picking quotes from separate pages that illustrate this idea of becoming sharp. We are looking sharp today, so I think I tapped into the future to extract that. So what is S? The book has the themes along the lines of what success really is. And I like a quote that you have on page 8 that says, success to me is no longer something external. It is profoundly personal and inward. I love the thought that it is not about what glitters on the outside, but what comes out from depth of person and depth of resonation that you have on your inside as well. H is for hope. And on page 9, you began to talk about hope. And you said, we all hold the power to rewrite our narrative and design a life shaped not merely by circumstance, but by courage, faith, and relentless hope. And the difference between someone that encounters an issue and goes past and through it, and the person that gives up is that keyword hope. So thank you for sharing your story and how you held on to hope, regardless of what you were going through or in spite of what you were going through. So, what is A? A very, very strong theme in this memoir was the theme of authenticity. And on page 8 again, you said, the lessons I share here are not about chasing perfection, they are about choosing authenticity and daring to live intentional, courageous, and and a life that is uniquely yours. How many fakes do we have today? In fact, whenever I watch anything, I'm like, is that real? Or is it ChatGPT? This morning now, they just spoiled my theology by showing me that one musician that I was listening to was not even real. It's a ChatGPT person, and the person is trending. So in a world where we do not know what is real and what is not, thank you for reminding us that through authenticity, we can rise and we can become who we're intended to be. And what is our resilience? You know, I was reading some of the things you wrote there, and I remembered some of the conversations we've had about the things that went through you and you went through. And I'm like, Jesus, wow. Yes, it's plenty, plenty. But on page 7, you shared with us, amidst the ashes of what once was, I found extraordinary. I found myself. It's a story that is woven in the narrative of turning lemons into lemonade. You took everything that life threw at you and you wove it into that crazy quilt of perfection that defines you as a resilient person. And what is P? Potential. And just so that I don't just stay in the first 10 pages, we find potential on the pages of page 75. And a quote I like on page 75 says, sometimes we feel confined or that our growth happens slowly. However, if we lean into the process and choose to become, we will bloom into something breathtaking. And I couldn't just stop with one. There's another one. Our potential builds, it deepens, it expands. And even when we think we've reached the core, there's still more to uncover. So thank you so much, Kiki, for reminding us that life is not a checklist, but a journey of consciously, constantly, and daily becoming. That's on page 8 as well. I like that line because in my business life, we are very, very into KPIs. I teach business, and I've also been fortunate to run business. But thank you for reminding us that it is not about milestones, but the process that creates the milestones. Because if you stay true to the process, the milestones will eventually emerge. And I'll end with this quote from page 9. You said, we all hold the power to rewrite our narrative and design a life shaped not merely by circumstance, but by courage, faith, and relentless hope. We're going to keep going. We remember that life is not a sprint to perfection, it's a dance of becoming. So, leading us, let's keep dancing, let's keep growing, and let's keep becoming. Thank you.
Amazing. There's so many nuggets in there. It shows that this book is a book that definitely we all have to get in our hands, and read. Obviously, the question of hope. Hope is, I guess, something that all of us really need in our lives right now, no matter where it is we are, And I love that bit you said about life is not about chasing perfection, but authenticity. That's just amazing. We need to get this book. We're here again launching this book, one of the books, we have 3 books. We'll be naming all of them and talking about them. But again, I'm now going to have another review of the book, and she's online. If we could have Bolanle Enan, please. Could you give her a round of applause? And if you're online now, do give her an e round of applause. And she'll be sharing. We'll hear her. Yeah. You can start talking. We can see you, and I think we'll be able to hear you.
I know it took a while to be able to get the permission to unmute. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bolanle Enang, and I'm here all the way from South Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa. So I'd like to greet you properly and say Sambonani, Likai.
Hi to you too.
I hope you can hear me. This is such an honor and an absolute privilege that Bukola Kiki Jolubo would invite me to do a book review. This has grabbed me. The moment I opened this book, I thought, oh, okay, we're going to be reading somebody's bio. All right, let's get on to some heavy lifting. And it intrigued me the moment I started reading. Can I tell you, it's broken into a prologue, an epilogue, and 14 chapters. These 14 chapters give us such a deep, intimate, and authentic view into Kiki's life. I'd like to thank Doc, who went before me. I love your SHAP. I'm going to hold on to that. That was a beautiful acronym, and thanks for the review. For me, I experienced Kiki, and Kiki became a reflection of who we truly are. In this book, I was drawn into a young girl whose life started like any typical child, first daughter, and thinking life would just go like that. And from a very young age, Kiki began to experience life in a different way. And as you engage with the first part is part 1 and part 2. And the first part is Little Feet and Big Dreams. I'd like to implore you to draw into this story. If you thought you knew Kiki, you're coming for something. You have no idea what is about to hit you. I literally went through 75% of the book in one sitting, just on the floor in my living room. I was blown away. The writing is compelling. The storytelling is avid. You will literally be drawn into the streets of Bariga. You'll be drawn into the town in Sapele. You'll be brought into Warri and into Port Harcourt. It is absolutely compelling. Kiki, there are 2 things that I would like to quickly point out that is significant to today. Kiki shares a story of her sister, her very dear sister, getting married. And can you believe that today is actually the 17th anniversary of that wedding? Because it happened on the 23rd of November, 2008. How cool is that? And Kiki launches this book today. A second significant thing, and this is personal. Kiki's father, our dear, gone to be with the Lord, Babalola Olukayode, was also called Babarere. Can I tell you, my dad was also called Babarere. I'm telling you, if you go into the story, you will find a bit of yourself. And for those who are claiming Daystar, hello, Fountain of Life Church came right before that, and I'm a Fountaineer. And very interesting that I'm a Fountaineer, and I was in Fountain when Kiki was there, but never met her. How awesome that later on in life we've met online and once physically. Kiki is a gift that keeps on giving. And I'll just round this together by saying you are introduced to a young child who desired to be understood. And then it grows on to a teenager who truly was misunderstood. And Kiki evolved into a young, resilient, albeit stubborn young woman who said no on numerous occasions to the love of her life. In the midst of this, Kiki's heart had been broken, not once, not twice. But we thank God for Mr. BJ who came in. And not that that story became a Mills and Boone story. Rather, the story evolved into real life. If you want to see real life, real marriages, real challenges, written in a respectful, authentic, witty, warm, encouraging, and hopeful way, you've got to read this book. I'd like to thank Kiki that not only did she evolve from that young, strong, resilient, but also stubborn young woman, she evolved into a woman who went to God for everything. And you'll find those stories amazing. Today, Kiki is a global voice. Kiki is a voice that speaks not just to boys, mothers of boys, and boys themselves, but to fathers and to the family across the globe. Kiki, thank you for writing and allowing us to see you. Thank you for not holding back, yet being respectful. And thank you. For those who are saying stubborn, I think that was both positive. That also had a very positive streak because she was that woman that stood when life was throwing us serious lemons. So Kiki would like to thank God for you. This story is a testament that God answers prayers. And if you thought you knew Kiki, this book reintroduces you into the world of Kiki. I'd like to end this with what she said. I'm having this here on the second to the last page. It says, there you have it, all that I have become, all that I have learned, all that I continue to hope for from the vantage point of my big 50. It's been a journey of shedding and shaping, becoming and blooming. And if this is what 50 looks like, then I welcome the years ahead with open arms and a whole heart. And as we close the chapter on the past 50 years of my life, there is one thing I hope for you to take away. Listen to this. There is no full stop to what you can become. Welcome to the miracle of becoming Kiki. God bless you.
Thank you so much for that. That's right. There's no limit to what you can become. And I think that's the message, the big message for us today. But yeah, we would just like to interact with one another, really. I'm giving out some toothpicks. Now you'll be wondering, what do we need toothpicks for? I'll give those out. Before we do that, let's just quickly do something. The DJ is going to give us a few songs, a few tunes. And we know that, we're in church and we're everywhere. And it's named the tunes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tables. And it's an opportunity. I know we can be competitive. And you're looking at me. I want you to, yeah, we're ready, isn't it? We're on the same team. So what it is the DJ will give us a few seconds of a tune before we continue with our reviews and the thing. Let's just interact a bit. One thing Kiki always wanted is to have fun here. Fun, games, dancing, and we're going to dance. So please don't go. So very quickly, we'll just try the first one. He gives us a tune. If you know what song that is, just it's the fastest finger. Once I see your hands up, I will come to you. And you tell us the name of the song and the artist that sang that song. So DJ, can you give us the first one? No, is it Shazam, Abi? What do they call it? We're not Shazamming this one. So the name. Okay. 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 That's. I know this is a test. It won't be that long though. The name of the song.
Touch.
Is it touch? DJ, let me see your face though.
Midas touch. Yeah, Midas touch. Sorry. Yeah, touch. Midas touch. Yeah.
And the artist.
I don't know the artist.
Okay, so you haven't got this fully. Where would they shout? Should we know the people that were bubbling?
Midas touch, Atlantic Star.
Is that it?
Oh.
Okay. Midas touch, sung by artist. Is it Midnight Star?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How do we do this? So that was the test. Okay. So you give the name. Don't play it for that long, go DJ. Because there's gifts and we want to take our gift home. Anyway. So the name and the artist. Another one, 3 seconds. Name and artist. Fastest finger. The tunes. Online, you can do a part of this. That's it. If someone is online, let us know the song and the artist.
The song is Ain't No Stopping Us Now, and the artist is Ollie and Jerry.
A round of applause. Okay, next one. Not too long, just play for a short time. I'm standing still. Okay. That it's all right. Okay. Where did you say you knew Kiki?
From the church.
From the church. Thank God for Jesus, okay? It's all right, it's okay.
That's Cool and the Gang stepping out.
Give them a round of applause. It is not easy. We know. Before church, at least, thank God for Jesus. The church, we're in the church now. Another one. Maybe I'll just stand beside you. Another one. More recent ones. For us youth. Okay. Anyone? Another one? One gospel song to all join. For us, that those are the ones we know. Oh yeah, DJ. DJ, we're waiting. Does everyone have to fix?
Yeah.
Okay. DJ. One place to go. Is it enough or DJ? 2 seconds. Anyone in the house? Anyone online? That is why Shazamming is. It's all right. Yeah, the Telegrams, we take it like that.
Hello, Lubinga. One night praise.
Let's clap for him, baby. Another one, DJ. Oh yeah, that's okay. Now we're getting there.
Kentucky.
Okay, a round of applause. I think we've got like 3 points here, 1 point here. Okay, let's go, let's go. We're getting there. The ones that people know. That's okay. Anyone? Another one? Anyone online? We can post the gift though. Do we all have toothpicks now?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have 2 last songs and then we'll go to the toothpick game. And it's about interacting. So I'm even going to dance. Keep playing it, so DJ. Just you are
Polypathy by Lara George.
a round of applause. And one last one for us to establish this table as the winner. You are ready? Another one. Oldies. One more DJ that someone will get. We don't know that one. We must know that one.
Moses, please, evidence.
Exactly. Even I know that one, and I don't know anything. So, a round of applause for this table 5. Thank you so much. We'll have one more review again, and then we'll go to the toothpick game. So, we'll have another review. Is Lady Dina, Dr. Kachi, are they online? Or Dr. Akuna? Is Dr. Akuna here? Okay. Could you please come up and just give us a round of applause for Dr. Akuna while Lady Dina or Dr. Kachi get ready online. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to make it very brief. First thing I'd like to say, I'd like to apologize to Sister Kiki. I thought I knew her. To be honest with you, we've been friends for almost 20 years. Reading her story, I found out I know almost nothing about her. She's been through a lot. And I just thought the first thing is to apologize. You know, sometimes they say the secret of people's success is in their stories. Reading her story just kind of opened my eyes to the resilience, to understand her passion. You know, we hear Joshua's army, we hear for boys. Then I read a story about how she was abused within a church environment, a place that should be a place of safety. And it made me understand why she takes young people's protection really seriously. I want to ask everyone who is not, everyone to go home with this book. I think this book will open our eyes will help us to develop a new phase. I look at her with a new pair of eyes. You know, sometimes you look at something, you can drive through a particular path many times. And then after a while, you get used to going through the place. But next time you look again, you find something that you've never noticed, but you've been driving through that place. That's exactly how I see her. But it gave me a new pair of eyes to be able to understand not just her story, to understand her passion, to understand her purpose, to understand why she does what she does. Sister Kiki, we just want to celebrate you thank you for putting this book together. This book is one of the most vulnerable books I've read. You know, when you're reading a book, it feels like, I think we should do this into a movie. There's a movie, honestly, I think we should do it into a movie. I started by saying, I'd like to apologize. I thought I knew you. We talk, but reading her story opened my eyes to a fresh way of looking at you, to understand what had made you you. No wonder you titled it Becoming. And we're definitely going to be getting this book. We're definitely going to be putting this book in the hands of people to help other aspiring authors to know how we can use our story. Because sometimes they tell us, use your story, but sometimes we don't link the story to the message. So there's a disconnect. So people just leave the place. Everybody's hearing the story. There's no no message is tied to that story. But she's done a very good job weaving her story and showing a message of resilience, a message of survival, a message of conquering, a message of winning. And we are here to celebrate that. Thank you so much for giving me the privilege to talk about this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I definitely want to have this book in my hand. I'm hearing people say things that it would be amazing to really, really read about. And now I can understand the whole concept of hope. And no matter what you're going through, it's about pushing through to become what God has called you to become. And that's amazing. Again, just to mention, Kiki is launching 3 books today. There's The Miracle of Becoming, which we'll have physically here today and will be put in her hands. She's also launching Loneliness in a Crowded Room and Dear Dad, Volume 1. Could you just give her a round of applause? I mean, who writes 3 books at the same time? I mean, I'm trying to write one, I'm still not there. You know, it's amazing even to have that courage to even do that. And we will be saying also how those books will be, you'll be able to get those books. But today we will have The Miracle of Becoming. We have that, the physical copies, which I expect every single person should definitely take home and buy for someone else. We're going to have now Lady Dina. She's online to give her review, while the keynote speaker will be talking about the theme of becoming. Should also get ready to say something. Lady Dina, please.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Lady Flo, you look nice. You look awesome. I don't see Lady Kiki, but I've seen some pictures, and she's
Just a minute. We can't hear yet.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, try talking again. Let's see.
Can you hear me? Okay, Lady Ife can hear me. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Just a bit of technical.
Okay, I think it's the one.
Okay, we can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. I was saying, Lady Flo, you look awesome. You look great. Good to see you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I don't see Mama Kiki, but I've seen the pictures, and okay. If
We'll
that's
get
how
her up.
she
She looks
look.
absolutely stunning.
I'm sorry.
I said we'll get her up so you see her, because she looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah, if that's how Jubilee is looking, I'm looking forward to Jubilee myself. Alrighty, so first of all, I just want to say thank you, Mama Kiki, as I've always called her from the beginning. I've known her probably less time than a lot of people have known her, but even in this short time, about almost 2 years, it's been an amazing time of knowing her. I've learned so much from her. I'm privileged to be able to read the book and take it in and reflect, and even to be here. I don't take that for granted. So people have shared a lot of different things. I'll just share what stood out to me through the thread of reading the book. I'm going to use 2 of her own quotes. So one of them says, "We didn't know how to carry grief and not still laugh. Daddy didn't raise us to mourn without dancing." And I won't lie, when I read that sentence, I don't know if I was just emotional that day. I already felt tears in my eyes. That Daddy didn't raise us to mourn without dancing. Because then I started thinking of her relationship with her dad. It was ebbs and flow. It was, it wasn't, someone said it earlier, the way she told the story was still authentic, yet still respectful, right? It still honored the people that were in her life, even the experiences that were not so good. And so that quote, it just sat with me. That one, it's still sitting with me. And then in that same chapter, she said, she wasn't pretending to be okay. She was choosing joy. And those 2 quotes really tie in together for me, because that's, for me, is what becoming is. Life is not easy. There's lots of suffering. Reading her story, I started making some connections like, okay, this is why she's so, I would think she'd be so hard, so, life can make you hard on the outside. But I was like, this is making sense how she turned her pain into something that made her soft in the best of sense, if I can say it like that, where she shows up and she gives her all. She's herself. She's happy. Even when I started thinking of Mama Kiki of the boys, how she raised her boys, I started asking questions, having conversations with myself about how did she get to the point of wanting to raise her children in that way? How did she become an advocate boy. Everything just started piecing together by reading about her life. And that becoming, where we all often talk about, you see people at the end of a thing. Our sir just said it before, where it's like you see someone at the end, and we know that there's a story behind it that has brought someone to that place. And becoming seems very fun. Maybe on the surface, it seems very celebratory. You know, we're celebrating, right? But the becoming, when you're in it, of course, is not easy. And we can see that through the stories that she shared. And I really felt each of those stories when she shared a story, when she loved somebody, and then this thing, I said, oh, geez, I was in it with her. I was feeling it. I was like, I wonder how she was feeling in that moment and how she kept going. The doctor said in the beginning about hope. That's what it really laid out for me, was in the becoming, you have to have a level of hope. You're not faking that things are wrong, but you're choosing joy. Like Mama Kiki said, you're choosing joy. You're able to go through life knowing these situations suck, and there's a joy that's greater than anything. And her relationship with God really shone through there. That if she didn't have that relationship with God, I can see that the story maybe would have been different. But there was an anchor inside of her that kept her going. And so those two things stood out to me. And so I just wrote a couple bullet points because I said I don't want to keep rambling. But the thing that I wrote is that even in life, there's a lot of heaviness. You're holding heaviness in one hand, and the other hand, you're holding joy, the joy that you're choosing to move forward. And that is so, it's just profound for me. Because even in the little things that we go through life, we're like, how can I, should I? She mentioned the thing about taking her life. I just resonated with that. I was like, so she's been there. So some of those things, conversations we've had, and she's saying something without saying it. She's telling you that I have compassion for you because I've been there. I've seen that. I've been that person. The love that she exudes, I can see it in the story now. I see how it has unraveled. And I'm excited because obviously the becoming never ends. It's ongoing. So if this is who she is at Jubilee, even another year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, like what God has for her, the glory of God will surely, surely shine because it already has. And I'm thankful, Mama Kiki, that you released the books. I'm thankful because I can imagine it's not easy to release your story, but the obedience that you've had to release this story obviously has impact beyond what you can imagine and what you can even fathom. So thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you for having me. I'm celebrating with you over here. I'm so grateful. I'm excited. I'm here. We're here. We're celebrating. And thank you for sharing your life and allowing God to do with it what he's doing with it, that his breath is on it, and that the seed has already been planted in you, but it will be planted in many, many, many others. And as that song says, I think you guys played the song, the harvest is here. So thank you so much.
Oh, amazing. A round of applause. Thank you so much, Tina. That was really amazing. And I think this whole story is about learning to praise in the storm. There's no one that doesn't have a storm. And that is what you're teaching us here. Honestly, I'm hearing things, and I can't wait to read the book. I haven't read the book, and I'm sure we'll all love to read the book. And it's about, yes, we're going through stuff, but we just keep pushing. Because there's somewhere we're going to. We've got to become. And that's what it's all about. So thank you. And now we have a keynote speaker. She should be online. She's just going to talk us through the theme of becoming. And that's Pastor Olaito Adesina. Pastor Olaito Adesina. Can we give her a round of applause? I'm sure she will come up. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, Kiki. The Lord bless you. I want to welcome everybody, and I just want to say that my experience is very, very similar to everyone that has gone ahead of me to, say one thing or the other. I must say that, Kiki, you have managed to achieve a very important, part of your life goals. Well done to you. Well done. And I can tell you that we are saying well done to you. I am sure God is saying well done to you because you've done a very beautiful, beautiful job on that book. when Kiki told me to read the book and put something down, I practically told her, I don't have time. I can't read now. But she's not someone that I could easily say no to. Immediately I opened the first page. I did not get up until I finished that book. I finished it at a go. So the first thing I would like to say is, we are not just, saying this to flatter her. Please take at least one for yourself, and you won't regret it. I thought I knew you. I thought I knew. I had a shift in my perspective of who Kiki is after reading it. I was just looking, who is she? Who are you? I got to a point I had to close the book. I said, who is this woman? And I concluded that I can only say that you are very brave. I put my words together and said, she's very brave. And Kiki, before I start to say one or two things, she has written this book, not just because she wants us to feel good, but because every one of us to learn, she wants us to learn from her lessons. She wants you to be able to face the world and become. She wants you to tell your circumstance or your situations that, yes, I can become. And so as you listen to every one of us, I want you to make up your mind. Whatever it is that life is throwing at you, please don't give up. Whatever that has a beginning must have an end. And Kiki showed in that book that being brave is not just being powerful. It may not even be being powerful. Being brave is not because you have it all together. Being brave is the ability to face whatever that life is throwing at you courageously. Being brave is you being able to, you can show your vulnerability at the face of the battle that you are going through. From formative age, Kiki had many questions. When she was taken without explanation from her parents at a very young age, she had so many questions and no one was ready to explain to her. The first lesson I learned from her, she did not throw a blame game. She didn't say because daddy or mommy has done this to me. And then she went to her auntie and she experienced a lot of things. She went to the body of Christ and she was abused at some point. She had a boyfriend that, disappointed her. There was no time that she gave up on herself. She didn't just throw a blame game. There were many questions on her mind throughout the book. Her emotion was, up and down like a yo-yo. Many questions that she was looking for answers. No one was ready to give her that answer. But one thing that Kiki did was she was having her answers from the life experiences and she was banking them. She did not walk through life absent-mindedly. She didn't close her mind. She didn't close her emotion. She was not a perfect woman. She made it, very clear in the book that I am not perfect. I'm just looking for answers in life. And so when there was nobody there to give her the answer, life experiences, she was learning from them and she will bank them. And when she gets to the future, she was using it to build the future. The past experience, she was using it to build, today, and then putting money in the bank for the future. She cooked her best time, not so good time, the good time and the bad time together, as if she's a woman in the kitchen cooking melon soup with bitter leaf. At the end of the day, we were able to eat. When you sit with that book, your emotion, at times you'll be excited for her, and then you feel sorry, and then you feel like praying for her, and then you come back with, with Thanksgiving. She was a woman in that book, a woman that was cooking in life. that was ready to put the food for everybody to eat. Well done. Well done. I learned one important thing. One thing. If I'm not saying anything today, I need to pay attention to this. How Kiki handled relationship. How Kiki handled relationship. Across the book, you will hear my mom, my dad, my aunts, my nieces, my colleagues, my neighbor, my pastor, my choir leader, you know, my ex-boyfriend, and then I met with my husband, my son, and the relationship with every one of them was different and unique and special. She treated everyone so important. She made them feel so important as if they are the best in her life. So much that if you have heard from people that are present today, you will see the reason why we all have to make this meeting. She learned the secret of relationship, and she learned that very early in life, right from the time she was taken from her parents. In conclusion, I see a woman who is still hungry for more. You know, by the time I got to the end of the book, I realized that she's saying, I am still hungry. My encouragement to you will be, go for it, Kiki. Go for it. Age should not stop you. Don't be too satisfied. Don't give up. That which your faith is prompting you to do, don't look back. Go ahead and have it. You can have it. You can have it. And I know that the cloud of witnesses are watching you, and we are watching you, and we are saying, well done, girl. Come on, go for it. So to the audience, when Kiki asks, you know, like I said, when Kiki asked me to write, I said no. But at the end of the day, I have taken my home point from the book, and I'm asking you that, please, from the book, when you are reading it, ask yourself, what exactly is Kiki telling you to do? What level of life are you? What would you like to become? What do you have in your hand, no matter how tiny, no matter how little, that you can use to become who God has asked you to be? Whether you like it or not, booking has become something that cannot be written, or written off, something that cannot be forgotten so easily in a generation. And I know God still have, I put it in my forward to say that you've put experience in a portal. Please, can you go there and take many more treasures and keep building yourself and keep becoming? Congratulations, my sister. The Lord bless you. I rejoice with you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. There's just so much packed in there. Definitely, we're taking this book home. It's amazing, and I think after reading this book, people, as they've said, who think they know Kiki will get to know her even more. And I haven't read the book, but I've heard so many things said, and I'm already encouraged in whatever it is, you know, the space we're in, and just saying that you go through stuff, but you keep going until you become. And she has become this beautiful butterfly, gorgeous, ravishing. And it's amazing that you have done this in your Jubilee year. And that's part of what we're celebrating today. And yeah, they said, are you having a party? Yes, so says she's having a party because she's celebrating her Jubilee year. And we're happy to be a part of that celebration today, marking your Jubilee year with the launching of these 3 books. And I've told you you're going to dance. Well, you're getting ready to dance, and DJ Kiki is going to be dancing. She said, but I'll be in already. I said, yes, then you go out and then you come and dance, because we want to hear from the woman herself, you know, Kiki. Actually, we'll just go on with that. Now, I know, but also I'm looking at. So while she's getting ready to do that, so start going, you're going to dance. We have some toothpick and she just wants us to interact a bit. Could you just go around the room? You've got 3 toothpicks each. The game is such that you ask someone a question. The aim of it is that you shouldn't answer yes or no. So if I ask you a question and you answer yes or no, I take that toothpick. So my toothpick becomes 4 and you are left with 2. And the aim is, we've got gifts for who has the most toothpicks. We'll just do it just in the next 3 minutes. We need you to walk around to exercise yourselves and just interact and network. You can ask them whatever question. Just go around the room and ask whatever question you want to ask of someone. You can stay at your table. At the very least, you go to the table next to you or the table across. Let's just quickly do that while Kiki gets ready for the next part. We're going to hear from her now. But this is just an opportunity for us to meet with someone new in the room, interact with someone in the room, meet with someone new. I'm checking. You can't ask someone on your table a question. Just go ask any question. You're trying to get that person to say yes or no so you can get their toothpick. So you need to put on your thinking cap. I want to see someone with 10 toothpicks, if possible. She's coming in now. Let's just wait for her. I don't go. Go around, ask the question, get them to say yes or no, and we'll see how many toothpicks you have on you. There's a gift for you. Kiki is going to come in immediately after this. Please wait to see her coming. Don't leave. Let's celebrate Kiki. 2 minutes time. We're going to celebrate her. Don't leave there. Just wait to see her coming. I hope that someone will at least take toothpick by now. Go meet someone you haven't met, ask them a question, get them to say yes, get them to say no, get more toothpicks in your hands. I'm waiting to see who has 10 toothpicks. Yeah, who has 10 toothpicks? Huh? Ask the question, let them say yes or no, and collect their toothpicks. If they say yes or no like this, just collect the toothpick, just collect. How do you are waiting to see many toothpicks in your hand, go collect, collection time. Oh yeah, collect. Collect. Oh. I don't want to be seeing 3 toothpicks in your hand. Collect. Collect. 2 more minutes. Collect. Some people are doing I'm listening to some amazing conversations. Oh my God.
Okay, you can go to your seats now. Then I'm going to ask for how many to pick. I'm sure we have a winner now. You can go to your seats now. Okay. Go to your seats now. Let's know who the winner is. Wow. Okay, well, let us sit down by you. We're ready for you now. We can go to our seats. I like this mingling that they don't even want to stop now. Okay, let's go to our seats now. If you have 10 toothpicks, can I see your hands up? Hey, maybe we have a master networker here. Okay, so we're moving on because we have to get to launching stage. If you have 10 toothpicks, if you're a master networker and a master, the head is working where they're just saying yes and no anyhow. 10 toothpicks in the room, 9 toothpicks. What? Oh yeah, tell what I want. Standing. Oh my day. Really? Can you bring your toothpick and stand up and come? It's you have to tell us what this clapping. I don't want somehow. This is not an easy something. Somehow. What? Could you give us some ideas of the question you asked? 9 toothpicks. You started with 3.
Have they collected all your toothpicks? And you answer you.
Were you asking like the same questions of most people?
When you go around now.
And they kept saying yes. Oh, so yes.
The other one.
Give her a round of applause. And this is a gift. Oh, we have a gift. Yes. I will flip it. Is there anyone that started with toothpicks and does not have toothpick? It's 2 ends. Anyone who has no toothpicks, even though he started with 3. Is there anyone? Emma Bosa. Yeah, people are laughing. No, the last shall be first. On the day. What were they asking you and you were just saying yes and no anyhow?
Just too many questions.
Example.
Is it cold while you are coming?
Budget is always not cold.
Colder than that,
I've been beside you and just be talking it till.
It's not my fault.
But you know what? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's actually an interesting one to get people to say yes and no. I hope that while you did that, you met some new people and you got to know something about them. And it's now the time that we've been waiting for. She's not with us, so. DJ, we want danceable song. That you are. Help us and support. Want to dance, Neil? That's what we want. So it's the opportunity. Can we have Fensolu and your brother? Where's your brother? Okay, so again, we're here, we're celebrating Kiki, we're celebrating the launch of 3 books. And above all, another song. Need another song. Is there any song you want? We can probably just and songs that we know and really forget. So we're celebrating Kiki. Kiki turned 50 just recently. It's a jubilee year. It's the year of achievements. It's the year of becoming. And so we just like you to celebrate with her. As she dances in, the DJ is just going to play us a danceable tune. We want to dance. We're here, Thanksgiving, galore. Are you dancing in with the samosa for us? Oh, yeah. Let's just do that quickly. Whatever it is, let's go with it. So again, we're here celebrating Kiki, celebrating the launching of her 3 books. We're going to be launching that book, so please don't go away. We'll have Kiki here now to come and tell us about her journey herself. But we just want to celebrate with her. Once she's coming in to dance, I'll ask that we all rise up and dance. Not just watch her, but dance with her and celebrate with us.
I know he cares whenever I call, he always is right there. In times of trouble, he is my help. Yeah, I know I'll be
Okay, I'm going to flag up and dance to Kiki.
why would I cry when they're always the truth?
The more danceable song, so they can put it down and come on it. 50 years is not easy. Not my 3 books. It's not. Even eat way is good. Every day is good. No, don't, just stay here because we put each other. Thank you so much. My people, this baby, show fine gone. Show fine gone. When it show pretty gone. Show talent. Show talent. Jeva Fulase. This is a baby. This girl, the people that knew her. Well, now the woman herself. Kiki, we're here to celebrate you. We're thanking God for your life. We're thanking God for your jubilee year. We're thanking God for 3 books being launched. In fact, let's start the launch. We'll first be finding people. I want noisemakers. So launching. So we thank God for your life, and we have heard different things about your book. We're grateful to God. You're teaching us how to continue to have hope. You're teaching us how to praise in the midst of the storm. You're teaching us that no matter what it is we're going through, we need to keep pushing. That destination should be becoming. And as we know, we've got, is it a caterpillar that becomes, I mean, look at this beautiful butterfly. It's amazing. And that's the encouragement for us all today. But we'd like to hear from Kiki. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to hear your journey. And to help us with that, we're going to have Sister Tayo. Show me. No. This phone's. And we're going to have, yes, could I have one? We're just going to have her
ask some questions for us to help us know Kiki's journey. So if you both please sit down. A round of applause for our sis. As well. So this is just us. Thank you. Careful, careful. Oh, you may. You don't know what we go through. You see us just sitting like that. You see it's easy. I usually start to sit the sit, stand the stand, walk the walk. So could I have another mic, please? Yeah, so we're not passing mics. So just take us through the journey.
It will not be fun. Okay. Camera roll. Have we started?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tayo Otomi. Remove the sister. I don't know where she got the sister from, but my name is Tayo Otomi, and it's my pleasure to be interviewing Kiki today. We just want to have an insight into firsthand into our journey, our life, the books, everything. So I have a couple of questions here, and I think I have about 30 minutes with Kiki. So if I've not asked the question that you would like, come and just whisper to me. Should we start from the hard one, or should I make it hard or then so? Okay, let's start with, how long did it take you to do this hair? I like it. It's really beautiful, and honestly, you are really looking beautiful today. Not that you don't look beautiful every other day, but today, again, Bolaji Kushewu, well done. I can see your money working. Yes, back to serious business. So, Kiki, I've read parts of the book, and I must say that, just echoing what everybody has said today, the vulnerability, putting yourself out there is highly commendable. And the first question I ask is along those lines. Quoting from the prologue of Becoming, you said, at one point, my sense of self felt like a flickering flame. A glow, I didn't know you were a poet. A glow one moment and wavering the next. I never knew where I belonged or where I stood. I was like a puzzle with missing pieces that no one wanted to or could complete. And I'm sure sometimes some of us, a lot of us actually can resonate with that. But can you give us an insight into one of those incidents or events that made you feel like that? That's the not so hard one. No.
Okay, one of the incidents that made me feel like that was, again, I'm going to be vulnerable and honest. When I had my second son, and he was born with a condition, and I remember looking at him and blaming myself, telling myself everything I didn't do that I could have done. And the unfortunate truth is, at that moment, I realized that what you call yourself is what others will call you. So I projected that, and everyone around me who talk about that journey of our lives, well, except when my husband, who kept telling me, no, it wasn't you, and my younger sister told me, who was living with me at that time, everyone else was echoing what I was saying to myself, even behind closed doors, and that I was responsible and did this. In fact, there was a time I said, oh, maybe I took a medication I shouldn't have taken, and that's like one of those moments for me. And until, thanks to my husband again, and then told me, I don't know, I can't remember the journey, but I think it was a case of me now saying, I needed to forgive myself, but again, there was really nothing to forgive.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. Does anybody resonate with that at all? Yeah. So I think we've all walked through this journey, and I tell some of the young ones around me that actually life, we have almost the same kind of problems. Anywhere you turn to, we have almost the same kind of problems, but it's how we respond to it that actually makes the difference. So the next question is, and I think you've answered that somehow, but what inspired you to write about parenting?
my life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my life and the book Becoming says a lot about my childhood, about my relationship with the people around me. There are parents and my parents, and I just felt like, so one of the things I always do is, I know that a lot of us, you ask me about parenting, one thing we always say, or a lot of parents say, is that's how I was raised. And I would always ask, if you could have it better, how would you want it? So, and that's what led me to writing the book about parenting. If I could have it better, how would I want it?
Yeah, that's a lot. And so along those lines, adrenaline is rushing. Can't be good. Abiu. So in the journey of parenting, what do you believe is the most overlooked challenge modern parents face? For you, what do you think is the most overlooked challenge modern parents face?
Why did you adjust this?
She's a parent.
I think our need to be emotionally intelligent. I think that's one of the things I feel like we struggle with. And it also takes us back to how I was raised. And forgive me, I feel like that statement in itself is an excuse to say I have the right to fail, or I have the right to not to do it well. And so a lot of us, we focus on the negative, and then we give excuses to why we shouldn't be emotionally intelligent, why our young children should be more emotionally aware and intelligent than us. So one of the things I told myself, and I can give example of instances where, my children would come in. I remember there was a day that my husband went to pick the boys up from basketball and football, and I'd gotten home before them, and it was raining, it was winter, so they had gone into the door, the white floor with their trainers or school shoes, and then they went out for basketball and football. And then when I got back home from work, I was like, what's this? Why is this place messy? So I just put my bag by the door and I started cleaning. And while I was cleaning, they came in, and both of them had done so well in their football and basketball. So they rushed in with that excitement to share it with me with muddy feet again. And I was like, what is wrong with you people? I just finished cleaning. And at that point in time, they stood and they were looking at me. And my usual style is when I catch myself, I just carry myself, I go upstairs, I'll come downstairs and we'll talk about it if you want to talk about it or not. But that day, what it meant to me is, if those children were coming in, they were coming in with excitement. But let's assume they were coming in with a challenge. I had a challenge in the house. I am the adult. And I shouted at them. They had every right to shout at me. That's my own ideology, because I laid the example for them. So as an adult, I should be able to manage my emotions, manage myself, and model that to the younger one. That's my own opinion, my own ideology. And that's how I expect people to live with me as well.
So you want every parent here to try as much as possible to be emotionally intelligent, aware, intelligent, especially these days where you have a lot of information coming from left, right, and center.
Our children are going through a lot, and your child walks past you and did not say good morning, and you're shouting, "Can't you see me?" But the child that is preparing for GCSE and looking at social media and is seeing all those kind of things, and then you don't know. A lot of the times you feel like we're in the center of their world, or they have a lot going on around them as well.
So how do you balance that with how we say it? Ambomoje, we are spoiling the children. How do you balance? How do you balance it?
Okay, I'll give example again. There was a day I was coming down the stairs in the house, and one of the boys was going upstairs, and we both turned around for him. I moved and he moved and walked past each other. And when I got downstairs and I said, "Good morning, sir." And he turned around and said, "Did you just walk past me?" And I said, "Did you not see me? But you just moved away." He said, he came back downstairs and hugged me and said, "Mom, I'm so sorry. I did not see you. You will not believe it. I have," and I know that he had a math exam on that day. And that's all he's been thinking about. And he was totally absent-minded. And then I said, now to the question of Ambamoje, next time, this is how you handle it. This is how you talk about it, so that I do not perceive it wrongly. Because if it were someone else, this is how they would perceive it. So, in the whatever of Ambamoje, for those who are not Yoruba, it means
we are spoiling the children. We are not training them well. We're not bringing them up with good values.
It's having conversations with them. And again, trusting the value you're putting in your child. Because the truth is, it is not at the default moment that we instill value. Its value is a lifestyle, is an everyday thing that we instill in our children. So if I want to instill value in my child, when he walks past me and did not greet me, that I'm not instilling value, I'm breaking the child. That's the truth.
Thank you. Okay. So coming back to the book now, what are some of the challenges you faced while writing 3 books in one? I know that you probably did not write all of them at the same time concurrently. So in the course of writing, and I also write myself, and I'm a day sleeper. Sometimes if you call me at 12:01, I'm still awake. So, and I think I can understand some of the things that you may have gone through, but if you can share with us, what are some of the challenges you face while writing?
This one is pleasing Mr. Jirigo. I'm not getting out of it. Okay, that's the joke, but no,
is it not the truth?
it's also the truth because sometimes when I get out of it early, but I think the thing is that when I started off writing the book, I did not start off writing books. I started off writing and journaling. And so the miracle of becoming, I started writing it in, I think, October last year. And I started with just sending voice notes to myself. And I was going through a difficult time. And at that point in time, I just sat down and I was like, I'll be 50 next year. And I started journaling through voice notes, sending voice notes to myself. And October last year, I was listening to the voice notes again. So when we went on holiday in Christmas, I transcribed the voice notes and I put them together. Maybe that's why I cannot specifically say these are the specific challenges in writing 3 books, because I did not start off writing the books. The Dear Dad Volume 1 is 10 things every father needs to know about their teenage boys want them to know. And that's from the life of my children, the journal I did when they were teenagers, right? And then the other one is Loneliness in a Crowded Room. It's a story about marriage. My marriage, marriages of people around me, and just putting those various stories together. So maybe waking up early, but again, while I was writing, I was in between jobs. So I needed something to also keep me busy. And that was filling up my time.
Okay, thank you very much.
There's someone online who has a meeting and he's meant to be launching. So we just want to quickly take him to lunch. Pastor Obi. I'm sorry he's waiting because he's in another event. So could we just have Pastor Obi come up and lunch, please? No, you can go. You'll come back. Thank you. Give her a round. Coach Mo, please. And then it's Coach Mo who's waiting. So could we have Coach Mo, please?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay, so we have a minute now. Coach Mo, we can hear you.
Oh, I am so sorry, ma'am and Sam. Really sorry, everybody. It's just I've got a very tight schedule, and I'm actually due to go into somewhere. So I am really. I was actually enjoying the interview. I'll probably watch the recording later. It's good to. I wish I could be there in person, but life is not made that happen this occasion. Where should I start? What should I say? I would approach this. Actually, my name is Mayo Wolusoji, and I'm known as Coach Mo. But I'll be speaking just shortly as a coach to the author and also as a friend and a family to her. It's I was actually looking through statistics, and I'm just please bear with me. Do you actually know that less than 0.1% of the population on earth are authors, published authors? Not 1%, 0.1% of the 8 billion people on earth are actually author and published authors. And do you actually know that less than 500 people on earth have ever published more than three or more books at the same time? So what Mrs. Jolugbo is doing, it is outstanding. You know, many of us will say 3 books, it's okay. No, it's not. If you do the stats, I've researched it. Less than 500 people on earth have actually done this. This is a great feast. It's beyond human knowledge. How she managed to do it, when she told me she was launching 3 books, I was thinking to myself, this woman must be on something. You know, maybe when she gets her hormonal imbalance and it's balanced, she'll come back to me and say she was joking or something. But Ma, I respect you as an author to another author. I respect what you've done. It is not a small feat at all. It is not. Please, can we all stand up and just give her a standing ovation and let us appreciate what she's done here? You know, don't let us take this for granted. This is history in the making. Less than 500 people on earth have actually done this. Thank you very much, Ma. We celebrate you. We appreciate you for this. Now, we are celebrating 3 books, but those 3 books are not about Kiki. They are not about Mrs. Jolubo. They are not about the boys. They are not about Mr. Jolubo. But these are 3 key frameworks that has been delivered to us to enable us to be able to unlock the gates she has walked through, she has conquered with a strategy that enabled her to conquer them. The stories there replaced every time you see her mention herself and her family, replace those stories with yourself. And you would see that at some point all through the journey of the books, she's actually gone through the same similar phase you've gone through, or she's gone through a phase you're yet to go through, or she's gone through a phase you did not even know you're going to go through eventually. When I read the book, the Becoming, it's truly a becoming because it takes her. I didn't know a lot of things about her that was in the book, but the part I know, which has been just the last, let's say 3 to 4 years ago, and seeing the woman she was 3 to 4 years ago, and to the minister of God, to the coach, to the wife, to the mother, to the nation she's become today, it is mind blowing. So we are not launching books today. We are launching legacies. We are launching frameworks. This is not somebody who is telling us what we should do. She's telling us from our personal experience. We're looking at life through our lenses. When we read the Bible, we read what Joshua did. Joshua do this. We read the Bible to say, okay, this person do this. And we begin to now transform that into formulas.
When you go through the book, you would see formulas that is allowed her to be an exceptional person, to see how she's transformed all the way from where she was. I hope she has a picture which she has there, when a picture she shared to me many years ago and she shared to me now. And I was joking when I was like, my God, Uncle he's done a great job. And it's seeing the lady she was and to the woman she's become is a journey of becoming. So what are the key points in her life whereby the strategies she's used to fight those battles she's fought, the ones she's won, how has she done it? Those are what are coded into this framework. So this is not about we telling you to buy a book or not buy a book. It's about you being able to have frameworks of people who have the testimony of what they've gone through. So the question there is, every time you are in a situation where you struggle, the only problem for struggle is lack of information or lack of knowledge. Every area you struggle is an area you've been untaught. Has this ever happened to you whereby you're in front of a computer, you're trying to do something, and you spend so many hours there, and you call your do click, 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 and solve the solution? That is the same thing about life. What you don't know, you are a slave to. And God has actually used our life to model a framework we can all just see. The easiest part to get to success is see someone who has gone through it and take the framework from what they use. So today, we're taking framework from becoming. We're taking the framework of a journey as an individual, a journey as a mother, and a journey as a wife. So I'm employing you. See, Christmas is coming. What did you buy for people last year? What happened to that jumper you bought that you did not wear the next day? What happened to the money you sent that people did not even know what they did with it? Why don't you make it a point of duty this year to say, you know what, I'm actually going to gift people the Becoming book. Why is this not included in part of the gifting you would give to people? Sow that into people's lives. All the money we've been sending all to whoever we give money to. Each time you teach somebody how to fish, give them a fish, they come back for more. We have framework and knowledge enough in the book to set the bound free. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say I will be buying 20 copies of the book. And I'm not buying it, but I'm actually sewing the 20 copies of the book back. Mrs. Joluba will find the way to sew the book back to part of the work she does, and that goes to Joshua's army. That goes to Joshua's army as well. So 20 copies of the book will go towards Joshua's army, and that will be able to change people's lives. Let us begin to invest in the life of the children, in the life of the people we love. Giving them money does not solve the problem, but giving them the knowledge. It seems the knowledge is not consequential right now, but over time, they will sit down one day and like the prodigal son and come to themselves and say, I remember I read this in a book. I remember I got this book. I remember I heard this. And then they will turn things around. I think my time is up. So thank you very much, everybody. Uncle, thank you so much, Mr. Bolaji. You've done a great job, sir. I celebrate you. The boys, I love you so much. You know that. Mama Kiki, I celebrate you. To me, it's the journey of the lady, the minister of God you've become, the coach you've become, the mother you've become. And you're not just the mother of the boy, you are the mother of boys. That is what I call her. Mama or boys, because it's not just the two boys, but she's mothering a new generation of boys that you would want them to marry your daughter. And when you see the home they've come from, you have the confidence that, wow, my wife is going to a good home. So even if you just have daughters, begin to invest into the life of boys. So eventually your daughters will come across a boy that's gone through a home who knows how to look after a woman. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a great session, and God bless.
Thank you, Coach Mo. Before you go, I just want to say that this is my financial coach. And I said that when I started writing last year, I was in between jobs. And it was on one of our calls that I was so angry about the fact that I've been attending interviews and nothing was coming in. And he said, then use your time to do something else. And I went, what should I do? He said, write books. And yeah, So it came from my coaching session with him when he just said they write books, and I started writing. So thank you so much, Coach Mo. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for standing by me and for your love. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, and God bless.
Thank you so much. We'll still have time to ask any question, but want to go into the luncheon. I want people to leave before going into that. And to do that, we'll have Dr. Domi do it for us.
Okay, so this is the time that we have been waiting for. Who is excited about buying this book? Who is excited about buying this book? I need a little bit more from you. Who is excited about buying this? Hey, now I'm in the right room. Okay, so let's do this first of all. Kiki, she's an amazing, amazing, amazing woman. And over this last year that she hasn't been working, I have been privileged to enjoy her essence a lot more. And one of the things I know about Kiki is that Kiki is a giver. How many people have experienced that giving nature? Where do you live? Well, where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Because if you live in this our Bedforian area, they should have given you bread, safe. So she's giving you food for your flesh, spirit. Anyway, so and even today when we wanted to launch this thing, Kiki said people are always expecting that we're asking them to bring out their wallets. So before you ask anybody to buy anything, please, I want to give them a gift. So Mrs. DJ, you have to welcome our sister. Okay, she wants to dance forward and give everybody this woman. She can dance, so we have to enjoy this gift of dancing that she's going to give us, and then we're all going to give everybody a token that Kiki wants everybody to have. First of all, before we then launch, DJ, some music for her. You're going to dance now, and yes, dance for your friend. I can't dance. It's not this one. The friend. The friend. Yeah, the friend. Okay, thank you, DJ. You can please to dance because I also have this. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. See, if you see how this girl danced last week, it's because her husband is there. She's not going to dance today. But it's okay. So Kiki is giving everybody a pen, and I would say that that pen is significant. The pen, what do we use pens for? We write. And Kiki has written her story. She has written her memoir. Now she's passing the baton to you. And you should begin to write your story, because one of the things that will outlive us is our story. I remember when I published my first book in 2017, my daughter was turning 13. No, not 13. What's your turn? 16. Yeah, 16. And I was becoming very nervous, like, all these things that I know, will my daughter know these things? Like, I can't be bettering everybody's life when their own, my own child's life will not be correct. So I decided to start writing this letter to my daughter, and my book was called The Letter to My Daughter. It's not about my book today, but I thank God that I wrote those things down, because she found out about me as well. And it is something that can continue to be passed on from generation to generation. So as Kiki gives you this book, it's symbolic. And she is not just gifting you a pen, so don't throw it away. It is a challenge to say, begin to write your story. Now, the second thing that has happened today, Kiki had to Kikilize this whole process, because her life is all about incidents and lemons that she's had to turn into lemonade. So guess what happened? What happened this weekend? This week, guess what happened? She didn't pray enough for her because she didn't ask me to pray. So the person that was meant to deliver the book, they now said, this book cannot come today. Say, So this book cannot go. But I like Kiki because immediately from that Wednesday when she heard it, she went straight into action. And today we have a cut down version of that book. Isn't that amazing? Immediately. So yes, that deserves a round of applause for those that were trying to fight. So we're going to launch this book. So I'm not that person that will say, hey, who wants to buy it for £1,000? Who wants? Because sometimes when I get to my house, I'm like, they didn't even really give that £5,000 for the book. But let the giver, I know that Kiki means a lot to all of us. And you are at liberty to buy the book for however much you want to buy the book. Okay? Place a value on that and say, Kiki, you haven't even been working for how many? I think she only started working 2 weeks ago. So you know that journey that she's been through. Now her pocket is not as heavy as it used to be. So we can even decide to be a blessing to her. I mean, think deep down and let God speak to you and tell you how much you should buy the book. The only thing I would say is that you cannot buy the book for less than £15. Yes, that's the cover price. But I don't expect anybody here to be buying it for £15. Is that clear? Are we clear? Okay, so we have the tokens. So anybody that buys one copy of the book for however much you want to buy it, from £15 onwards, will get a copy of the 2 chapters that we've printed, because you've heard so much about it. We don't want you to go away and be like, what is this book that all of them are talking about? So you will get that free. If you buy 5 or more copies, which is what we really, really want you to buy, it's Christmas. So make it a stocking filler or something. If you have young people around you, nieces and all that, you should give them a copy as part of their Christmas gift. So if you want to buy 5 or more, we're going to give you 2 copies of the cut down memo. You're meant to be doing it like the price is right now. I have been modeling 2 copies of that, plus the journal. Yes. Yeah. Go. Yes. So you can have 2 copies of the book plus the journal as well. Again, challenging you to begin to write your story. So while every other thing is going on, we're going to be going from table to table, and you can tell us how many you want to buy. Okay. We can take electronic payments here. Who are the guys taking it? Is it Fokwe and okay there? So there's a power table there, and to make sure that we are not being, we're not all going there and disrupting everything, we're going to go table by table to that place to purchase our book. Is that clear? Or you want to go to the table, even better. So I think you can take one table at a time and take the payment. Is that better? Okay, so you can take one side, and we'll try to make it as discreet as possible so that we can keep going with today's event. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much.
I was just going to add that it's also okay for you to come up and launch the book with however amount you want to do. That's also fine. So you can come and say, I'm launching this book with £200 or £100 or £1,000 or whatever it is. So there's the opportunity for us to do that. So please feel free to come and launch the book. I think we have Pastor Obi on the program to come and launch the book for us. Is Pastor Obi in the room? No. Okay. He is. Pastor Obi, you're welcome. I have you on the program to come and help us launch the book. So if you could please come up. Please give him a round of applause. And please, anyone can come up and just launch the book.
Hello, everyone. Excuse my voice. It's great to be here and to witness this. I'll call it a giant stride from Kiki. Congratulations, Kiki. It's not an easy thing to have the time to be able to document all of this, and especially the book, Becoming. It kind of like resonates, I'm sure, with every one of us here, because we know that in becoming who you are, today. And of course, no one is a finished product yet. We're still going through the process. As long as you're alive, you live and you learn. But that book actually resonated, with me, my own life journey to date, knowing that God is intentional about whatever He does. Nobody's a mistake. Whenever God decides to do something, He does it with all that intention in mind, and also that the process is part of the plan. All right. Sometimes you expect things to go in a particular direction, but then they don't. They go some other way. But in all of it, you are learning through the process. God is refining you. God is making you better. And even in the process, if things go wrong, God doesn't stop there. He continues to make and remake you because He has an end goal in mind. So it's such a beautiful book, Kiki. Well done for that. Yes, so I think I've been from Dagenham to Dartford to Bedford. From Bedford, I'm going back somewhere else to go and to meet some people. But I thought it would be good to be here, definitely. That's why Kiki thought I was not around. I sneaked in. But it's a pleasure. Someone already, the speaker before myself already said, it's a good thing for us to encourage her and for us to help to launch this book. So you mentioned the price is £15 for one, right? Whatever. Yeah, I understand. Yes. So because I also like to take some of those books and give it to you. How her life has been and what she's been through, and then how that can be a blessing to them. So my wife is here, my lovely wife Ogiora, banker, accountant, close confidant. yeah, from the depth of my heart, I'm very happy to launch the book with £500. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Pastor Obi. And let's keep that going. It's lunch now. DJ, let's just have a little music in the background. Lunch. Please come up. Please come up online. Bumi, please, if you could just project the barcode for people online to be able to scan the barcode and also buy some books. So you can come up and launch the book with whatever amount you want. Please step up and just launch the book, but it's also going around, but we can have them launch it. Launch. So we're launching the book right now. And remember, we have 3 books, but we have The Miracles of Becoming here right now. Should I go around and have people launch the book? Anyone want to come up and launch the book? It's going around. They're going around the tables. Yes, I think you can get that barcode. So the barcode is up there. We can use it from here in the room also, and you can use it online. We can also pass something round if anyone has cash that they want to use to launch the book. So we're launching. While we're doing that, Kiki, and you can finish. I think we need to have a Q&A session on anyone who wants to ask questions of Kiki's journey. Oh, yeah. So it's launch now. We're launching 3 books today. The Miracle of Becoming, Loneliness in a Crowded Room, Dear Dad. So we have 3 books. If you can. So if you have questions, We have any questions for Kiki in the room? No, we want questions from the audience. Any question regarding this book or a journey? Any questions in the room?
I'm trying to get to the backward.
Okay, so you can go on with.
Are we sharing this? Okay. Emmanuel, we are going to be leading the noisemaker, so you know, okay. No, we are not. Okay, Kiki, back to our questions. We are going to the easy questions now. Is there any parenting myth? Is there any parent? Okay, let me give you something that happens in my house, at my house. Yeah. So one day, our teenagers, my daughter wanted to go out, and it was like she was going for a party, and she told us she was coming back late. And her husband is not Igbo. It's Igbo, sorry, it's not Yoruba. But he reminds you it's not Yoruba. But when it comes to some things, he will default to Yoruba. And he now said, Omo Abiri o kin rin ru. Yoruba proverb that good children don't go out at night, something like that. I now asked him, okay, what if she was going for a night vigil? And then that really became a discussion. So sometimes we bring some proverbs, because if she was going for night vigil, it would have been okay, because you knew where she was going. Or if she was going to work and she was on night shift, it would have been okay. So sometimes we bring some of those proverbs, some of those things, like we've talked about. This is how my parents did it. This is how I was brought up. So what is one parenting myth that you addressed in your book, or that you would like to challenge? One African parenting myth. And sometimes I hear a lot of people say, okay, I have one niece that when her daughter is doing something and the daughter challenges it, why don't you want me to do this? She will say, because I'm an African parent. And I said, the last time we talked, I said, that's not enough reason, right? So what is one myth that you would like to challenge, or that you would like us to challenge, or that you challenged in your book? That's easy now.
You're making me think. One myth that I like to challenge, I think I'm struggling to pick one, but you're saying from us African parents, like that slaps resets brain. He doesn't. I don't think he does. You see that they said the divorce. But I think that's one myth for me personally, because slaps did not reset my brain. And slaps made me timid. Slaps made me suicidal. Yes, it's in the book. It did not reset my brain. So, and remember I said that I always think about me, and if I could have it better, what would I change? So for me, I remember somebody said earlier on that when I was quiet, and other people were saying they don't think I've ever been quiet. But there was a time in my life that probably wasn't quiet, but very timid. And then when I began to come out of my shell, I became aggressive. So, and that's the timidity started from the slaps. You talk too much, Bas. Keep quiet, Bas. Why are you asking that question, Bas? And that made me internalize a lot of things. So that's one myth for me.
Thank you. Is there anybody that, what was that word I used, identifies with that? Does it resonate? Yeah, does that resonate with those in their youth? Did anybody go through?
Okay, thanks for that. So, next question. What role do you think community and extended family play in our parenting approach?
I know hard.
This one is
Okay, what role? I think it's a two-sided coin. And I was talking to, now this is a very emotional story that I want to refer to. Myself and my husband and another couple friend, we've been dealing with an issue for about a week now of this girl who is practically damaged by her immediate family. And, so we're having to go through a lot of courts, a lot of questioning and all of that. Now, that's one side of the coin. But another side of the coin is that we belong to the Fab family. And when I have questions I cannot answer, I'm like, these boys don't let me, I use this phrase, I will just flush you in the toilet now. Yeah, I call you. I call Emmanuel sometimes, say, I don't understand this. There are people in my community that I call. So it's a two-sided thing. I think the thing for me as a parent is be vigilant. 80% of the abuse we go through starts from within the house. It's in the book. One of the incidents I went through was somebody coming to take shelter in our house because they were on a 40-day fasting and prayer and they wanted to retreat. And while I was serving him juice, because it was breaking the fast, and that was going to happen, but I'll be worried now. I leave that question for another day. But, so 80% of these things, they happen with me. So it's just us being vigilant as parents and listening to our children. So when my child says, Mom, I want to talk to you about something. Mom, I don't like that person. Don't just dismiss it that they have come again. Investigate.
Thank you. And in this modern age, how do you suggest parents handle the tension between discipline and nurturing? How do you think? I'll come to Pastor Dele for support.
Pastor Giwa, Pastor Uwa, Pastor Obi.
No, but that's your question, Sha. I will give them their own questions.
What's the question?
In this modern age, how do you think parents should handle the tension between discipline and nurturing? How have you been handling discipline and nurturing? Because these your boys, if I catch them.
I mean, I don't know you. Discipline and nurturing. I think for me, again, and the parents I work with, I teach that discipline is not hitting, is not shouting. Discipline, I look at discipline from the life of Jesus and I say discipline is discipling. How did Jesus disciple the 12? How does he disciple us? So discipline is, take for example, you are a business analyst. That's your discipline. You were trained to do the job. And you would not, I'm sure you'd agree that it's not from the day one that you were trained to do the job that you got it right. But the training continued and you continued to learn on the job. And I think that's what discipline means. Training somebody, and while they do the job, you are helping them upskill, right? So that's what discipline. What's the second part of the question?
Between discipline and nurturing.
Okay, so discipline and nurturing are the same thing. Now, maybe punishment and nurturing. Punishment is, there is also the good side to consequences, because I think the word punishment has been bastardized. So I'll use the word consequences. Consequences is also part of nurturing. You do something that is wrong and you know that there is a consequence for it. It doesn't mean you're not forgiven. It doesn't mean you're not going to get better. Take, for instance, you're meant to get up and cook your breakfast and you choose to sleep till 9 a.m. Oh, good.
Maybe you cook for the person.
Why will I cook for the person? Have I finished cooking for myself?
You are the mother now. It's food. Or maybe sometimes they say, oh, Mom, please, can you help me? And we talk about it. So there is that, but you will face the consequence of maybe going late to work or going late to school. And whatever happens there, you would have to bear it. So I say, if they go hand in hand, but the bit of the punishment is where I think us parents need to realign and rethink about what is punishment. And when I'm punishing a child, what is the purpose of the punishment? Am I paying back? Am I revenging because the child has made me angry and I'm lashing out because of that? Or I'm trying to make the child better?
Thank you. And I think we've talked about this. I've discussed this with so many people. Sometimes the difference between maybe discipline and punishment, or the difference in the way we punish sometimes is that, or maybe the downside, is that our punishments sometimes are not purposeful, like the bars, blows, the slaps. Sometimes you don't even know what you are being slapped for. Sometimes you are slapped because you are just around the vicinity of another person getting caned. But if I knew that this thing, if there's a consequence to you doing things, and I want to, okay, being vulnerable and open, there was a time when, and I'm not saying that's the best approach or whatever, but there was a time we used to apply a point-based system for our daughter. And that is, if she did something right, she got plus. If she did something wrong, she got minus. The day I knew that thing was working, and that plus minus translated to money, I think around Christmas time at the end of the year. The day I knew that thing was working was the day that she did something and she already knew she was going to get minus. And she went to Emmanuel and said, Daddy, please, can you beat me? Because she preferred to be beaten than that punishment. So it means that that point, she valued it much more than she was willing to just bear the beating so that she could get that. So sometimes I think as parents, we need to find what works for our children, what works positively. Yeah. Sometimes we punish as a reaction to an event, not to correct. And I think that's the difference in the way we are supposed to punish and the way the slaps were coming. So parenting, one more, yeah, the last one, the easiest one. Okay, so if a parent could implement one idea, this is the easiest one. And because you wrote the book now, Abi, you didn't use ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT to write book. Did they use that one? I beg, give me that.
I will give you a spoon. So I just want you to prove that you wrote the book. Let these people know that you wrote the book, because there's ChatGPT, there's Copilot, there's all of them. Don't worry, when I ask the question, So if a parent could implement one idea from your book, which would you want it to be? Just one idea. If all of us could live here with one idea that we can implement, a practical idea, which one would you recommend? And I have to find it in the book, one of the books at least.
Okay, so the easiest one would be to refer to the book Dear Dad, Volume 1. I think I would say if one of the things in the book is, so the book is what your teenage sons needs you to know about them. And one of the things in the book is, if I am quiet, I'm not rude. I can't remember the title of that chapter, but it talks about, when our boys are quiet and we assume that they're rude or being difficult. I think, and this is from one of my boys who actually said it to me, that, Mom, the fact that I'm quiet doesn't mean that I'm rude, I'm difficult, but that I just have a lot in my head I'm processing. I am a human being and I am growing. I'm no longer that 2-year-old toddler that you toss here and there and carry and play with. I have a future that I'm beginning to think about. And he told me this when he was 14 years old. So, and that's year 9, year 10, when they were getting ready to go to GCSE year. So he's already thinking of, what am I going to study in uni? And what am I going to? And then my own focus is, why are you quiet? I walk past you, you're not laughing, you're not doing that. Hey, mother, TCS is coming. A girl like light just walked past me without noticing me. All of those things, they are human beings and they're growing and they're becoming. So know that they've got feelings as well.
Thank you very much.
And
I think
see it in the book. Make sure you tell me.
I will tell you. Thank you very much for this time, for sharing part of your life and for being vulnerable. I think we have come to the end of the.
Could you give us a round of applause? Thank you so much for that.
People who want to buy the books, they're getting to you. And while we're doing that, and we're going to be eating soon already, but we have Dr. Kachi online.
And we have a video, which I think when we take our food, we'll watch. So if we could have Dr. Kachi, please, online.
Dr. Kachi, ready to say something? We also have a video online that we're meant to watch while we're going round. And payment has been taken for the book. Umi, if it's the video we can see now, then let's go ahead with that.
Hi, and good evening, all the way here from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And it's really a privilege and a pleasure to have been invited to, be part of the reviewers of Kiki's book. I met Kiki through my wife a couple of years back during COVID, when she was having a program for the Joshua's Army, and they had invited me as a guest speaker. I can't remember what the topic was on then, but I remember that it was a very nice experience, having to share with them that day. And then sometime this year, when I also turned 50 and I was trying to write, I was putting together a book for my 50th celebration. And I decided to, get contributors to the book. I had about a few, it was 52 stories. I had about a few stories left. And then suddenly I stumbled upon, Kiki had started posting some stories on Instagram. And I stumbled on some of those stories and I just loved the way she was able to put the message across. And, instantly I reached out to her and I asked if she could be part of the contributors to the book. And she said yes without hesitation. And I think I got 4 stories from her. And I was able to complete the book Lessons in Life then. And so it was a no-brainer when I got the mail and she called me and said, would you mind, being part of the reviewers of the book? And confession here, when I got the manuscript, I looked at it, it was, I think, 150 pages, 51 pages. And I told myself, you know what, I have a lot of things on my hand now. I'm just going to toss it into GPT, tell it to give me some review. But, at least let me see what's in the book, what's in the manuscript. And I remember on Friday, I came back from work, I had a bit of rest. And around 7:30, I picked up the book and started reading, just to read a few lines and maybe, skim over it. But honestly, and as I speak with you now, I read every inch of the book from beginning to end. I started at 7:25-ish, and I remember I finished around 10:35, a good 3 hours. And that was how gripping the book was. And I'll just talk about it right from, Becoming Kiki is in 2 parts. There's a part 1, which is Little Feet, Big Dreams, and part 2, Beginning of Forever, Hearts and Bonds, and then with different slight topics underneath it. And for me, the major thing about the book is how it's a microcosm of quite, if you ever grew up through as an African child, the stories were more like, a continuous memoir, just experiences that summed up both the mountains and the valleys, the peaks and tides of life that a lot of us go through. And some of these experiences actually mark, a turning point in our lives and tend to affect who we become today, right? So right from the first chapter, Sapala's Haven, where she grew up with her strict African parents, her dad, the relationship they had, and then when she had to move to Lagos to go stay with a relative, the incident that happened in primary school, and then having to change schools, not being really able to settle or being understood by people, and then continuing her journey through adolescence, almost being taken advantage of people whom you were entrusted with, or people who you thought you could trust, right? And at each stage, each level of the story, it just became more and more engrossing, because almost every chapter reminded me of either one incident in my childhood, either directly or with a cousin or a friend or somebody who I knew, and you'll hear me use that word often. The book was emotive, it was powerful. I had so many emotions reading through it, and then getting all the way to just struggling on her own personally, to get into university or higher education, meeting another set of friends and family, getting into a relationship that she had thought would work, and then the disappointments of that. I could go on and on. Almost like I said, almost every story was something I could easily relate with. The pains of breakups and relationships that didn't work, and then to the joys of finally getting married, settling down, becoming a mom, and then having, that challenge with her youngest son. I almost felt, interesting enough, I haven't met Kiki personally. I mean, we've met online. I don't even know her family, husbands and kids. I've only seen them online as well. But as I read the stories, I almost felt as if we had a personal connection. And that's the essence, that's the sign of a good book, where you can really relate with the author and all the things she has, they have gone through. And then, the challenges with the son, and then her husband relocating abroad whilst they had to stay behind in Nigeria for a while. And that just brought me memories of how I came to Canada 7 years ago, and then left my family, and then went back, and then had to come back to meet oh my goodness, the roller coaster and all the emotions of that, playing dual roles, and then struggling with the voice of God to just, come and settle with her, with her husband, bring the family. And I remember how I just didn't want to relocate. I didn't want to travel. It was a struggle, but today I always thank my wife for helping me make that decision, and how finally I'm getting to London, or the UK, trying to, all the challenges of settling in a new environment, the weather, the people, the culture, oh my God, it was, in summary, right, the main reason I would advise, or I would tell anyone, go pick up the book, especially if you have an African background, like some of us did, is to discover how God can walk through the different seasons in our lives. If we get to a point where we can trust God, you realize that He's working behind the scenes, and that despite the disappointments and some of the challenges we might have in life, and despite even struggling with some calls or callings that God has for us, right? That just knowing that if we learn to trust in God, He's got our back and He's always there for us. And that's my brief message, brief review for the book. If you haven't had the chance, please pick up a copy. Like I said, I'm an avid reader, and like I said, it was enjoyable. It was well written. It was a good book. If you can, please pick it up. Uh, Go through. If you are the kind of person who was in one go, like I did, like I said, 150 pages. I just 3 hours sat down and went through it. Or you can, however it suits you. But I can assure you that you probably won't feel the same when you finish. Buki, Kiki, thanks once again for inviting me to do this review. I hope it's a great session where you guys over there, and hope to talk to you soon. My regards to Hobby and the kids, the boys, the men, I should say. Thank you once again, and God bless.
Thank you so much. And then we have Dr. Kachi. And then we'll have the vote of thanks. Dr. Kachi, please, online. So, Bumi, can we have Dr. Kachi, please?
It looks like she's currently not on the call.
Okay, what about Mom? Can you get Mom to talk now, please?
Good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can hear me.
I hear you, Dr. Kachi. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening to those in the room and those online. My mama, like I always call you, I'm so proud of you, so proud of the work you're doing. Your life is just like a beautiful butterfly, going from stage to stage to stage. And it would only get better from here. Your light will keep shining each time. I wrote a few words I would like to share directly so that I don't miss out any of the things I've written. And a few things really caught my attention. This whole book about becoming, really understanding your journey. I was completely undone when I read the book, completely undone. Thank you so much for sharing so truthfully with us, sharing very rawly, so raw. And one of the things that kept haunting me is, what if the miracle we've been searching for has been hiding in the mundane? You share your complete journey. And a key thing stung me, finding joy even in the mundane. When we come across you, when we speak, when we see you, you're always so joyful. Nothing, we've just heard you had gone through a job, looking for a job season, and now you found one, but nothing would even give that idea that you were even going through a job search period. Many times we're chasing the extraordinary, we wait for the mountaintop moments, but what you write in your prologue is very, very defining. You say life is not merely a series of events, but a continuous process of consciously, constantly, and daily becoming. And for me, this is not a passive statement. It's actually a call to arms. You're telling us that becoming is something that happens to us every day. It's not something that we we should just choose. It's something that has to happen to us every single day. Again, something struck me about the image of you in Lagos. Your mom dropped you, you were confused, your heart was aching, asking yourself, where do I belong? Anybody would ask those questions, even as old as we are now, we're still asking questions like that. You didn't let that moment define you. And for me, that's very, powerful. It could have broken you, you didn't let it. But what you did with that wound is actually your real story. And I feel like it's something everyone has to learn. Many times we keep saying this thing has happened to me, but you've turned your journey to happening for you. And that's why today we can sit in this room today to celebrate you and celebrate all the books that you're writing and the things that are going to come out even from here. I remember someone saying earlier on that a movie can come out from this. Now, one of the things that struck me again about the book is your radical responsibility. Radical responsibility. Because you constantly, throughout the story in your book, teach us that we're not victims of our circumstances and that we're actually the authors of the responses we have to them. So I picked that again from the part you write, my past does not determine my identity. And we all hold the power to rewrite our narrative and design a life shaped not merely by circumstances, but by courage, faith, and relentless hope. And for me, that's radical responsibility. Many times people are abdicating responsibility to other people, saying, oh, because this happened and this one did not happen. We abdicate that responsibility. But throughout your journey, you continue to own it throughout. So that's really powerful. And you constantly make that choice again and again and again. You transform your wound to wisdom. One of the other things that moves me very deeply is that we cannot separate faith from responsibility. And I know Papa Oyedepo always says this, any kind of faith that leaves it completely to God is irresponsible kind of faith. So I thank God for you. I thank God for your journey to even owning that responsibility. You talk about how you run through, thoughts as a filter. You think about different things. And I actually started asking myself, what are those things? If I caught myself thinking about things that were not noble or justified, how would I feel? And your radical faith through it all, your radical faith. So I feel for me, like, as I round up, is that you really call us to uncover things that we often overlook, the things in the mundane. And I wrote something a few months back on embracing the miraculous in the mundane. I've just come from putting my babies to bed. So I didn't hear when you called me earlier on. And sometimes it's changing diapers, just finding joy in the mundane, that there's profound joy and hope, in our kitchens, you're cooking food, your whatever it is, that there's profound joy and hope in the mundane. So from anyone listening on this call, I just want you to stop waiting to be finished. Mama Kiki has no wait, she hasn't waited for permission. Don't wait to be finished. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start becoming. Wherever you find yourself, we all have, it's almost like a butterfly. And it goes through the different stages, larva, pupa, and all of that before it becomes a butterfly. The cycle, each of us can find ourselves in the cycles of a butterfly, in the cycles of metamorphosis, becoming. So don't wait for the perfect moment. I thank you for this kind, gentle, and firm reminder that we shouldn't wait for perfect moments. The miracle is not in the destination. The miracle is in the daily choice to evolve. And I'm so grateful that you've shared this journey with us. You shared this journey for the world to see. And I really pray that this book will get into the right hands and that the miracle of your becoming will be very evident for the world to see. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for allowing me share the gift of this evening with you and with everyone on the call as well. Thank you for all those who have tuned in from different places. And yes, I think that's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kachi, for that amazing review, tribute of. So we understand there are lots of comments on the chat. When we start getting ready for that, but first of all, can we hear Kiki's sister, Tommy, just say something? She's online too. So if we just highlight Tommy for her to say something, please.
Tommy, can just please help me turn on your video so that I can spotlight you for everyone. Once I see your video come on, I'll spotlight you. Sister Tommy, we're waiting on you, ma'am. Okay, yeah, she's here. You can unmute, ma'am. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's such a joy to be here right now and to, celebrate with my sister. I really don't know what to say. I'm really excited about the books that she's written, and it's such. My husband is making me laugh here. It's such a joy to see her come through the journeys that she's been through. One thing I always say to her is, I'm glad you're like, I'm sorry. I always say that you are like, I'm Jesus and you are Eli, you are John the Baptist. Whatever mistakes or drama you've gone through in your life, I just kind of learn from it and take the shortcut. So this is another manual for me to read again. I'll call it that, and just take the shortcut. She had her children way before mine. I learned raising kids with her boys. I have 3 girls. She has 2 boys. I learned raising kids with her boys, and I've had such a smooth and amazing journey raising my children because I learned from her. My marriage has been amazing. Yes, has its ups and downs, but thank you so much. I told her she has to pay for using my day as her book launch day, so I'm still waiting for the check. So I told her that my marriage has been amazing and I've had my ups and downs here, but I've basically just learned from her. She has one drama, I look for the shortcut. She says that she got bad buzz from people. You talk too much and you get a slap. Trust me, the people that know me among her friends know that I will talk around my mouth. You dare not come near me. I learned that one from her. So I'm just so glad I've had this amazing big sister. I dodged a lot of bullets just watching her. I'm getting emotional. I was going to write my own review, but I just I couldn't find all the words because I honestly have just watched her live life and just learned and taken the shortcut. That's just basic. I dodged a lot of bullets in my life just watching her and knowing, okay, this is how to be, this is how to go, or okay, this is what you get from being this way. And so I just go the other way. So, Kiki, thank you for being an amazing person. You are such a giver. We fight a lot, but that's what small sisters do. I love you from here to the end of the world. You know, you're an amazing person. You are such a giver. One bad thing I've learned or taken the shortcut from is she would give and give and give of herself. I've taken the shortcut. Let her be doing all the giving. Okay, so thank you for the. I mean, I've not read any of the books. I'm sure I will find time to, but I can imagine what the stories are like. And just thinking about some of the parts that people have spoken about, I was almost crying when I was watching. I was like, okay, okay, I know that part, I know that story, and you know. Well, yeah. So there, that's it. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone for being such amazing support to my sister over there. I mean, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. God bless you. And to my Daystar family there, you guys are amazing. Thank you for always watching my sister's back and how and watching out for her family. Thank you so much, everyone. That's all from my end.
Thank you. Ah, Kiki. Amazing. So they dodge bullets just by watching you. If I'm just by your side like this, I know that bullet cannot touch me. No nonsense, Kiki. Well, amazing. So, Bumi, could you just, I understand there are lots of comments on the chat. So we just want to go through that. Food is being served here. All you can eat. That's what it is. So you can just help yourself. You can go back while we just listen to the comments on the chat, just so they know they're a part of this also. So, Bumi, over to you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Lady Full, please help me confirm you can hear me. On site. Okay, great. Good evening, everyone. It's been a lot here online. We have a lot of comments, like a lot of comments. Mama Kiki is amazing, and I'll be shocked if we don't have these comments. So I'm just going to be running through a few of them quickly from wherever I can start because it's been a lot. And our online audience have been so, so, so active. Let me start from here. Okay, where do I start from now? Let me pick one. Sorry, let me run through the comment. I want to start from where we can really get the juice of what we have online. Okay, so we have a few comments right from when we had the first speaker come up, and we have a lot of congratulations to Kiki from our online audience, acknowledging her, how stunning she looks, how reveling her beauty is online. We also have a lot of thank you, Mrs. Bukola. Thank you for giving us hope of becoming and living impossible. We have being intentional. Princess, being intentional. Sorry, the chat is flying so fast. Okay, we have Olajide saying, Mrs. Bukola, thank you for giving us the hope of becoming and living our impossible. Princess, being intentional with life, becoming and being better. Then we also have Lady Fair saying, I'm learning a lot from this. That is, as the sessions were going on, we have Lady Faye again acknowledging Kiki, saying stunning doesn't cut that beauty we were seeing on screen. It doesn't describe enough of how you look. Olajide again says she's living a purposeful life, honestly, is no coincidence when a lot of people say great and amazing things about someone. Keep soaring higher, ma'am. We have again, okay, we have a lot of dancing in the chat as Kiki was dancing in. And then we have a few other comments. Okay, yes. Prince again says, echo how you want to be known and get the resounding materialization in your reality. Olajide, Kiki's coach has been in the chat actively celebrating her. We have Bolanle Enang says, be the adult in the relationship. When Kiki was talking about working with your children and how we relate with our children, Dina says, thanks for that reminder, Kiki. There again, when she was advising us and giving us counsel concerning how we relate with our children. Bolanle Enang says, be firm and loving parenting is a good one to deploy. We have Mr. Coach Bayowa says, please, who even came up with the Ambomoje mentality? That was when Lady Tayo was asking Kiki about what's the difference between spoiling a child, that thin line where you get to, and it's said that you are spoiling the child. Lady Dina says, I was wondering when reading the book, what really was the thing that Mama Kiki worked on most when it came to framing the type of mother she wanted to be? So maybe Kiki will answer that when she comes back into the room. We have Lady Bolanle again says, I totally admire you, Mama Kiki. Olajide again says, now I'm beginning to see why you hired me as your trainer, ma'am, and started working out. Although we talk life, but we never spoke too deep to know what was really going on. I'm glad I could somehow lend a positive hand in your journey to becoming. We really all need to read this book. You get to know more about Mama Kiki. A few more comments. I'm still rolling down. We have I'm running down, running down, running down, running down. A few more comments. Okay. Yes, then we had the launch. A couple of people launched online, and we have Pastor Light on launch the book with um a tangible sum of money, £100. So please help me celebrate her. Thank you so much, Pastor Lighton. We really, really appreciate you. A couple of people have been launching online as well. Then we have Lady Olushaya says, you have no right to discipline who you have not nurtured. If you don't nurture first, discipline will land wrong on the child, as in. That's really, really profound. Thank you so much, Lady Olushaya. Then we have Olajide says, this is enlightening. Now, at least I would train my children differently from how I was brought up. So you see, when we say that this is an encounter and an experience, it's not just a book launch. A lot of other comments on the chat. We have life is not merely a series of events, but a consistent process of passive becoming. That was by Prince. Thank you. Dina says becoming happens every day. And Olajide is expecting the movie of the miracle of becoming to come out. So Mama Kiki, we have to start working on that. Dina says, don't wait to be finished. And that was Mama Kiki speaking at that point. And we have Lady Kashi wishing Sister Tommy a happy anniversary. Today is anniversary, by the way. So Sister Tommy, we're wishing you happy anniversary. All from this end, a lot of happy anniversary coming through. And yes, we have a comment here. Okay, Dr. Kachi is giving us more comments. She said, for those who haven't read it, who haven't read the book or considered buying it, no spoilers, but a few things. Number one, the book will challenge you. So if you have not read the book or you've not clicked the link to buy the book, this is the time to do that. She said the book will challenge you. That's one. Number two, it will move you. Very important. We've been hearing the reviewers. She said it will move you. Number three, you've heard people say they've almost cried. Some people cried while reading it. Three, she says, and if you allow it, it will transform how you see your entire life and the lives of those around you. The fourth point she said is read it, sit with it, and then, like Kiki, dare to become unapologetically, courageously, and with the full weight of your okay, she didn't finish that. I am assuming with the full weight of your becoming. So please, if you've not clicked the link, I'm re-emphasizing it, click the link now to get the book. OG says, Bookie, love you to the moon and back. My lunch will be in your account this evening. Yay, that's the kind of thing that makes us celebrate. Well done. So proud of you. Thank you, Mama OG. We appreciate you. We still have the links in the chat for you to click on the link for those online. Okay, how do we get the books? A team member will respond to you now, Ma, with the link. All you need to do is just click on the link and we'll get your details and then we will reach out to you. Will the book ship to the US? We already have arrangement for that, Lady Dina. You will be able to get your copy of the book. Definitely, definitely. Whether in the US, it's a global book. So any part of the world, you will be able to get your book easily. Just all you need to do for us is to click on the link, put in your details, and then we will reach out to you how the books will get to you. Yes, so those are a lot of the comments we have online. And I want to say thank you again to our online audience. You've been so active. The chat has been buzzing. And to those on site as well, we know you're eating, but we're good. We're celebrating with you online. Over to you, Mama Flo, if you are anywhere around. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Omi. Kiki's right arm and left. Thank you. God bless you for the support you are forever giving her through this journey, through every journey, really. And I know she appreciates it. DJ, if we could just have some music, just gonna let everyone keep eating. Kiki is coming back now. She's just going to change. As I said, it's a jubilee year and she's still celebrating. So DJ, thank you. Those are like, she just wants to come and give a vote of thanks and say thank you. So just give us 5 minutes.
Take control, bound by the dark, chain for my soul. A great stairs, call out the name. Now I'm reaching, they'll never be the same.
We can't hear yet online.
Yeah, thank you, Didi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for staying till this time. I know there is work tomorrow. Thank you for coming out for me and to celebrate me and God in me. It's been a journey, but we're here. We're 50 plus, even though we're not in Paris, birthday Paris. But God has been faithful, and I'm just super grateful. I'm humbled. I'm honored, and one of the things I say about myself is I am God girl. And I see that in my life every day that I am Abba's favorite. And so I want to also say thank you to my amazing family. Thank you to the boys who would come and chase me off my desk to say, Mom, get off your desk, go and sleep. I want to say a big thank you to them. Thank you to my friends. Gwyneth, thank you. And thank you for the journey. Thank you to my pastor, Pastor Obi. Thank you, sir. And Pastor Giwa. Thank you, my honorable MC. Thank you so much, Lady Flo. God bless you. And to everyone online, to the team, Umi, Yolapo, Lady Pamela, Lady Feolua, Moradeyo, V-Brain, Prince, all of my team members, Lady Gift, thank you everyone to the people that have been praying behind the scene for today and for the books. I'm super, super grateful. Thank you, Yabuki. Yaulubode. Thank you, mommy. I love you, and I'm super grateful to God for your life. Your life is part of my testimony. And I can't see the people online, but in your life, you are there. You know, I love you. Tommy, Uncle Jaff, Ross, Olubody. Thank you, everyone, to my family members. If I start calling names, I will not leave here today. But most importantly, I want to call somebody to come and please say something. Me and Mr. Julugo, please come. I've set ambush for you that if you refuse to come, people will come and carry you and bring you. Thank you, Mr. Jelugo. Thank you for being an amazing man. Our story is beautiful. I always say it. Our story is beautiful. Thank you so much, Paul. I wanted to say something soon. Don't say anything naughty. Let me just text that one now. Because when they are doing
Okay, let me just, okay, I'll just help everyone. Thanks. Actually, you know, I love so nothing in the film with Dutch. So I'll just say thank you.
Okay, I love that you just said thank you. But thank you so much, Mr. Jurugo. Mr. Tayo, has he passed the exam? All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, now the floor is open. If you want to shake your body, if you want to dance before you hit the road, please feel free to join me. And thank you. I hope you also enjoyed the meal as well. God bless you.
It's not if. She wants people to dance with her. And she said that. So DJ, give us this dance, dance, dance. Thank you everyone for being here. Been lovely. Make sure you bought the book.